Well, I'm quite surprised how many people watched those videos for the Blood Mage. The feedback was immense, everyone loved it, and everyone keeps asking questions if it's viable in the league. And well, nothing else for me to do than give you a slight update on it, because I'm not gonna be playing myself, because I honestly think Blood Mage and this particular build is still just so broken. Literally the best thing you can still play probably. Blood Mage especially is just like, can do everything, it's just the best, but you have to do a couple of small adjustments to make the build really as good as it was because of the Tangletongue nerf. But that's just for the Bleed Mage build, for the Tangletongue version that I had. But overall, Blood Mage is your safest pick for whatever you wanna play. Spells, attacks, doesn't matter. You wanna be tanky, you wanna be more glass cannon, doesn't matter. The tankiness provided by Sanguine Macy and all the changes, Blood Mage is the safest pick. If you're new to the game and you wanna like squash the game instantly, Blood Mage is pretty safe pick. Although personally I think overall it only got buffed, because the way the Ascendancy node's looking like now is just, how could the most broken Ascendancy get buffed beyond me? But well, all you enjoyers of that build, you're gonna enjoy it way more now. For those who are looking for this build, well, you're gonna have card top right corner for the previous build. Everyone who needs to refresh their memory about it, go check it out. I'm just gonna go over what you have to adjust for the new league and the new changes. But overall, we're gonna be way more broken, I can tell you that. This change to Tangletongue is probably the biggest change, and the only thing it really changes is the budget of this build, cause it's gonna be way more expensive to get crit sorted with a proper spear, cause Tangletongue was never like the best option. It was just best if you consider the price to like what you're getting. But now it's just not worth it. Like normal spears is gonna be tenfold better. They were already better. It just took insane amount of currency to get them like that. But now it's just not even like point to bother with Tangletongue, considering that you can still get the double crit via support. I'm not sure if Path of Building is up to date, but sadly, because how much RNG you're gonna need to craft it, this is how our go-to spear gonna be looking like. You're just gonna grab one with the highest possible base crit hit chance, that can roll of course like tier 1s, and then you're gonna be aiming for Fist called Lightning. And why no fire? Well, fire is the last of the elements, because we're gonna get a lot of fire damage as extra from the scepter anyway. And well, 5 crit chance, 5 of all melee, and crit damage bonus. You can pass on the crit damage bonus, of course. This is basically the only roll you could like have like not nailed. It's gonna be way better than Tangletongue even before nerf, but it's gonna be way harder. Way like the price, it's not gonna be fun. And basically there's 3 changes, but I'm gonna like upload this build, so like just trying to get as much crit hit chance as possible, and that is in a nutshell 3. Same goes for like jewels, which is gonna aim even Megalomaniac into crit hit chance. I did the same jewel, so we have base idea. I can make the jewel that gives you notables 25 bonus, but that would go here with notables giving crit hit chance, of course, because that is adding to our base, which is even more important than ever before now. Just saying, for whatever you don't see on this video, go back to the previous one. For the loadouts with supports, they didn't change that much, outside of the fact that our rake will not be using momentum anymore, because I don't think it's a travel? I don't know, something like this, but anyway, we have to make a slot, because here it's gonna be our double crit after we walk, blah blah blah, the Garukan I showed you before on the screen. Then everything else gonna stay same. You can tinker, put this, try that. So if you're not gonna use Calamity, if you're gonna go for the tankiness out of this node, then you can swap Blasphemy, Temporal Chains to your Curse for Elementals, blah blah blah, this type of thing. I'm not gonna go that deep into it, because variations are limitless. You can basically just play anything else than Spear, equip a bow, start shooting, just swap the bleeding, unless you're gonna put the bleeding on arrow, and this build will crash. So that's nothing to be worried about, as I'm saying, and I will always say, and I honestly think from the start till now, this is the most broken Ascendancy, so as long as you picked it, you're good to go with anything. You want spells, well, look at that, our Ascendancy sets all of them on 15% crit hit chance base. I mean, bone skills were on 15, but who uses bone skills? So I don't use this. I wanted to like mess around with those because obviously this is like the safest pick, but I do not play hardcore. I will not play this. And remember, the only reason I played Deadeye is because I already wanted to try it. I already played Blood Mage, and if I had to pick for like, I don't know, one ascendancy without any changes ever to that, of course, I would pick Blood Mage, because I know no matter what, I could play it on like peak. So top tier, top tier, top tier. And well, for the skills, you can use marks, all the piano from the videos before. I sadly gave away everything I had, so I can't really show you anymore on my Blood Mage, but I have the video for it, so either you want a piano or not, doesn't matter. Because I was literally only using that full damage, so people without gear can see and can like get used to it, because that was like filling a hole of the gear before you get the gear, like all this cares and stuff, but you don't really need it. But it's nice to like show off. Later on you can just show off by pressing like Infernal Cry only, just for that insane increase to the damage, and you're gonna be good to go. Like you can swap to spells at any time. Just it's the best, doesn't it? Like there's no doubt. Even like I still would stack life as much as you want, as much as you can, because life, even if it doesn't give crit damage anymore on, if you unless you spec it to it, of course, but life remnants doubling is just no words, and the calamity will remain with the same runes from mana before life, unless you don't want to. Depends on how tanky you are. You can still use shield, but getting the crit nodes with the shield gonna be really hard, so that's that. And pretty much the safest pick, not much changed. Tangletongue got nerfed to the ground, because the only good thing about it was the fork and the fact that you had so much base crit chance, but it had basically no damage added, so that's why if you could afford a spear, that's so crazy, it was still better. Ranks flat, but Tangletongue was just beautiful because it was so cheap to make the build so godly. So I honestly wanted to make it longer, but this build is so broken that just explaining everyone how it looks like with the Tangletongue now, I think it's enough. I know that Spear lost the frenzy charge, blah blah blah, but doesn't fucking matter. Like, trust me, I was killing boss on full party. I tried to make the boss survive longer. That's how much damage it was before. On 6-man, hardest difficulty, Zesht, so one phase boss, so he has like more HP than the bosses that face, like kinginthemists. And basically, anything I touched on map dies. Anything that touches you on the map dies. You still use heralds. Either you have your calamity or not, but you should use heralds and second wind, not second wind, how it's called this, I think always wind dancer. Combo of wind dancer and heralds keeps you alive forever. You get touched, mobs die. So as long as you survive that one hit, you should be fine. But you should be fine, like, just the most broken ascendancy, what I can say. It's better than Deadeye. Is it more fun? Probably. It's fun to be broken and be able to try no matter what comes to your head. It's making it work. But don't worry about this. You can fully play it, enjoy it, and just get the game on easy mode. So that's all. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, see you on the next one.